Tonight, a special Waste Watch report investigating Social Security disability claims. A record number of Americans, nearly 9 million people, are now collecting permanent disability payments, and critics say many of those claims are fraudulent, a way to extend unemployment benefits. But is that true? At least here in Ohio. We did some digging, and here's what we found.
I wanted to go out west and jump out of planes and put out the forest fires.
But today, instead of jumping out of planes, Dominic Mader needs help getting out of a chair. The problem started 7 years ago when Dominic was in the Air Force.
I served 6 years active duty, did some time reserve. The towers went down, I went back in. I quit my job. My last year in the military was in 2005. I started shaking. I was told I had Parkinson's disease. I was devastated. I tried to hide it for as long as I could.
So he resigned from the Air Force and tried working at an aluminum casting plant.
I'd rather work, and I'd rather be somebody.
But he couldn't. So Dominic applied to Social Security for disability, and he was denied. As Dominic learned when he sought help from this Dayton law firm.
It is not enough in most cases to be disabled from one's employment. They have to be disabled from basically any type of work that exists.
Permanently. And to prove that, disability applicants first apply to Social Security, where they're often rejected twice. Then they can appeal to an administrative law judge and then to an appeals council in Virginia. If they're still denied, they can sue in federal court. After amassing this mountain of documentation, 7 years later, Dominic finally was granted disability benefits. And he was lucky. As Stephanie Dobson, another of Dominic's attorneys, told us,
we have some cases that we've worked on 10, 12 years.
But even if Dominic's case is legitimate, what about critics of the disability system, like columnist Michael Barone, who claim that, quote, many people are gaming or defrauding the system? Nationally, Barone notes, during 2010 and 2011, the economy created 1,730,000 new jobs, and almost half as many Americans, 790,000, began collecting disability. I asked Dominic's lead lawyer about that.
There are a lot of stories, you've seen them, Gary, that because we have a slow economy and people are running out of unemployment benefits, that they're applying for permanent disability even though they're not disabled.
I've been doing this for 35 years. I've been involved in many thousands of cases. And I can tell you that I can't tell you one case where I believe that my client was trying to defraud the system.
The Social Security people didn't want to appear on camera, but they shared figures with us that dispute some of the claims we hear. In Ohio, in fiscal year 2009, the first full year of the economic downturn, 135,000 people applied for disability, and 28.6% of those claims were allowed. In 2012, 131,000 people applied, and 30.9% of them were allowed. That does not suggest a dramatic local rise in fraudulent claims, and the suggestion humiliates Dominic Mader. He prays for a cure for Parkinson's so he can work again.
Oh, I'd be so ecstatic just to feel like a man again.
Meantime, Dominic notes, this is not charity. He paid Social Security payroll taxes for decades.
I worked most of my life. I served my country with honors, and this is what I earned. I thank God for Social Security.
There is undoubtedly some fraud in the system in every government program, but in Ohio, it does not appear to be widespread. If you suspect local or state government is wasting your money, we want to investigate, and we'll be fair. Just call our Waste Watch tip line 937-262-1426 or email us at wastewatch@fox45now.com.